Well, it seems so to me, it seems so to me. I'm gonna ring the bell for you all. Combust, combust. Woo. Combust, woo. Don't get wild on me now. Don't get wild. Where's Little Bell? Little Bell! Little Bell! Well, guys, I told you I'd show you the Heritage harvest table is complete. So I want you to look at it with no further ado. I want you to bask in the colors of a approximately 150-year-old lumber with the old nails, the old square. Up here, in the early years they had nails in the forge made square, like they're square, like basically a square nail. Then you have like a square in they hit with the anvil. Well, here, no further ado, here it is. There is the table. I lapped it, lap joints, old-fashioned style lap joints, 3/8 down, 3/8 across. You know what I mean. It's got all the nails still in the boards. It's got some tints of yellows and golds, ginger colors, browns, blacks. And here where all the rust formed through years. All the blacks is the rust from the old square nails. Right here happens to be a hole in it right into the board through an old bolt they made, probably a square bolt. There's another square nail right there, if you can see it. But there's all kinds of nails. Nails all along here. Everything's done here. 3x3 posts. Well, actually, I think 3x4. I made it into 3x4 posts with my new design. She's got 3 layers of double boiled linseed oil. And it smells just as good as it looks. We have a secret door here. You don't see anything, do you, until you do this? Huh? Reclaimed piece of plywood. Huh? Still got a nail right here. Stuck right in the side of it. Right there. There's a nail right in there. You feel the nail right there, look. It's an old part of a square nail. And I left the complete square nail. See how that slides? Look. Linseed oil. I left a complete nail. Well, I could lift it up and show you. I'd have to pull this out. Let's pull this out. It comes out quite easy. See? Just like that. We'll put you on this table. Let's lift this up. Lift it up here. Get you guys looking. There's the underneath of it. Huh? They even got the hole. It's got the hole right in here from an old, looked like it put a piece of rope, an old-fashioned piece of rope in through it. But look at there, right there, there's a square nail bent over. You see it or not? That's the square nail. Hold in there. It's not a light table and it's not a heavy table. Put this over here. You guys can see. I'll put this in for a second here. So I got 3 layers of double. Slides very well. Better than the one from IKEA. But that's what it is. So I've got 3 layers of double boiled linseed oil. And that's really antique wood. It reminds me of the old American walnuts. They had them guns made with that color, like the old 22s, and Canadians had stocks like that. The old They had Cooey 22s, and there was Cooey's 22s in both countries. But this is a beautiful thing. It's got a lip on all around it, so you can lift it and carry it. 2 people can carry it quite easily. All with reclaimed lumber. And I want to show you guys where the lumber came from, okay? You hold on a second. I want to get my vest on. I want to show you guys what a person can do if they want to do it. It's nothing to do with bragging or anything like that. I'm just telling you the truth, how it is. There's my stand. I do my working outside when the weather's permitting, of course. I got another 8x8 platform, planks, built strong. That can roll down a hill, and you can put a square on it and be still straight, more than likely, in my opinion. That's because they're built strong. I overkill building things. Overkill means, I don't know what it means. Maybe it's not a good thing to use, but let's go this way. Look at the lumber I got here. I got waste lumber, like good lumber. Underneath that pile of, you think is junk, that's when I had my sawmill, and I still have all my lumber underneath there. Whether it's good, God only knows. I think it'd be okay. I don't think, if it's got a little mold on it, I got a planer. I can re-dry it out. You know, look at this stuff here, guys. I did this with my original sawmill, my HM126 woodland. Some of this is 19 inches wide, pine, dry. Now, you know what I could do with that stuff? Oh my goodness. I think my calling, guys, from God Almighty, maybe it's one of my callings, I don't know. But what I really like to do, yeah, I like to entertain people. Yes, that's in my nature, you know. But anyway, I really like to do is build cabin furniture or cabinets, or I don't know, whatever that is. I even like working with logs, like log furniture and stuff. Check this out. These was put here with no cover. No cover. I moved them around, but this wood is going to be, before the rainy season comes, I'm going to pick it up. See all these some's got the round nails, round head nails, and a lot of it's square head, because over time the square head rotted off, and they had round head nails in, and they just pounded it with round head nails. Well, that's where that, look at it. Look, if I don't get to it soon, it's all dry. You can tell it's dry, but that's where the table come from, right here. This is where the table, the last resting place, all winter, stayed by an old ditch creek. Not a creek, but a ditch. And it stayed right there. There is a lot of work. You could make things there. I like to build like buffet and hutches. I like to build them, armoires. I like to build all kinds of things. I just like to create things. I don't know. I'm getting on board with this more each time. But when that double boiled linseed oil struck that old wood, look what I got here. So my friend Mark Bellevaux, he gave me this old chair about 3 years ago, you know what I mean? And I like the way it sat now. It was in hard shape. It was bad when he gave it to me. He said, it ain't no worth nothing, you can have it. But I wanted it for the pattern. So before too long, I got to tear this apart. And I'll number everything where it goes. And I'll tell you, there's an art doing that. Like, it's more than you think. to do a right chair. That chair, I seen chairs, guys, but I never sat into a chair like that in my life. That chair is made, it's made for a king or queen, meaning whoever gets a chair built that style would think that they were a queen and a king. Now check this out here. I bought all this stuff. I paid through the summer. I worked hard and I kept buying loads and loads. All 6x6 hemlock, 16 feet long. And I sheltered it. Now right here we've had some crazy winds. You probably hear the winds right now. I got to get to this here soon. This is all, I've been using a lot of this for my newest boss, Mullen, his build. So I've been pulling quite a few out. So I got to tally what I used. And I got, this is 2x6, 16 feet long, hemlock. Same as that over there, 6x6 hemlock, 16 feet. So I got to put the tin over top of it and get that done. Oh, this stuff over here, look at these wheels. Check this out, guys. These wheels is well over 100 years old. They're old spoke steel wheels. It takes 15-inch tires. And this is for wood. Like the old wagons from the West. But they got steel spoke wheels. And my objective, my thoughts, it's got a big rust spot, but I can get that fixed, eh? You can take that and get that plated with steel. They'll do a good job. Then you put tubes in it. I think that could be the only one that's bad. But I got 4 of them. And that's how they're made. It's a crazy thing, but I'll tell you, you don't see that every day, I'll tell you that. Old nylon tires, wore it out. What are they? Firestone Supers. You know, they wasn't, they're all nylon, of course. This here was this here was a free wood. My friend there, Saban, Trev, called me up and said, tearing down a building, shame to let that stuff go to waste, and it's good for me if you take it. And he said, but I don't like to see it go to waste. So I said, I'm on my way down. That was last year. I came down, and I mean, it's got lots of nails in it. He took it away with the excavator. He's got a little nice excavator, but he did a really good job on picking them apart, eh? And there's something in here. There's things that I can build. This is the, I gotta get things all cleaned up, restocked. That's only one bunch of it. They're laminated, they're 6x6s. And there's another pile here. Sorry for the wind here now. See, this here is mostly all 2x6. I guess I got 2 pieces of plywood there. I forgot about that. I could build something with that plywood. But this here's free stuff, eh? And he let me use his truck or his father's truck to bring it up. And I bought him a treat, you know. I got him a treat, you know what I mean. That's a nice big pile. Those 2x6s. You know, you go through them and you deal with them nice and proper. You can build a beautiful building. You can frame up a beautiful building, maybe a few buildings. I got pine over here. I know I got a mess, guys, because it's springtime, almost. This is pine. Look at that pine, it's right dry. It was really dry. It's still quite dry, but it can dry quick again. That's 16 feet long. Looks like, I guess, 2x6. There's hemlock. And there's my ladder, so I got more hemlock there. What else I got? Got more boards. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I'm happy for it though. We can always use. What am I after? Oh, I was going to get some bricks to burn, but I think my stove's going good. So that's an 8x8. You know, when you look at it, it's pretty big. Because that's an 8x8. That's a twin floor. I made two twin floors. There's my bunny busting days. I think Craig Gable came here. He's a feller my age. I think he little younger, not much though, about my age. He wanted to see if he can find a cookie. I said, well, I'll cut you a cookie. He said, where could I get a cookie? I said, well, you're going to get one right here. I'll cut you a cookie. He said, you can cut a cookie? I said, cut a cookie. Man, my name's Oscar. Oscar, Cookie Monster. Is that Oscar? Or is that Oscar the Grouch? No. Cookie Monster. Yeah, that ain't Oscar. I don't know much about the Muppets. Let's get in here where it's warm. Let's go back and look at this table one more time. Woo! Look at that. Huh? That's to me, that's beauty. Look how easy it slides. Look. Reclaimed plywood. My brother brought up to make a sign. It was all broken down pieces. And I saved it. It's all about saving, guys. And it's got 3 coats now sunk in. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to find some food grade spray, silicone, and I'm going to put food. It doesn't have to be there. Right here. Food grade spray. So you can, what, I wouldn't care, but my son said, yeah, you got to put food spray on it. Oh, nobody's going to eat right off the daggone table. I mean, I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. Some people can take a piece of plastic, that hard, like a tablecloth, clear plastic, and set it on top of it. You know, that's a good idea too, if I can't find that spray. See, down here in this neck of the woods, you can barely find anything. Yeah. Down here, if your dog was out for 2 seconds, you'll never find it if it's a runner. But out where I lived out in Alberta, you can have a full-fledged meal and your dessert and have a nap. And you get up and look through the binoculars and you still see the dog running. So you jump in your vehicle and go catch the dog. You know what I mean? After a while, about 5-10 kilometers away. Anyway, just a short morning video. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling beautiful. Thanks for all your prayers. And I read them all. Your messages and stuff. And I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't know, but I'll do some videoing. I'm not monetized yet. So I think Idaho Hillbilly said you can put whatever you want. If you're not monetized, you know what I mean. I think that guy, whoever he was, nice guy, I think he thought I was monetized. And that, what he's saying is probably true, right? I don't know. But, yeah. But this channel is not to bash anybody, and I don't want to hear anybody bashing anybody, and I ain't going to bash anybody. Just it's a peaceful old channel, you know what I mean? But there's so many channels out there that's crazy. And some people might think this channel's crazy. Well, crazy is what crazy does, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But we're just going through it. We're going through it. Going through it. Oh, well, can't let you go without me playing the harp. The old harmonica. Let's see what we're going to do here now. Thanks to JC. Hey, JC. I told JC, I said, man, if I get down them neck of the woods, I'd come visit. And he said, man, I don't want to see you around here. That's what he said. No, he never said that. I'm just teasing. No, would like that if I come down. You know what I mean? Man, if I come down, I know what I'd probably be doing. Cutting some of them trees. One of my good, keen jobs was an arborist. I can't tell you all the stuff that I do. You know what I mean? But I used to cut a lot of trees down, man. Oh, yeah. Some right next to the house. 6 feet. Like big as that table. This here is a kind of a French Acadian, or it's a French song, maybe not Acadian, but I don't know. Have you fellas heard no Fleur de Jacques yet? Fleur de Jacques, donnez-vous, Savannah Martina, ding dang dong, ding dang dong. And I apologize, I ain't sung that since I was about 8 or 7 or 5, so bear with me. Friends, lend me your ears. Trying to do the Waltons, but I can't do it. Never could do that Waltons. I don't know what key you'd have to be in. Let's get a toot from an 18-wheeler. No toot, he's a stranger. He's a stranger now, but he won't be later on. Who's that old man waving at me? Every time I go by that place, you see. Who is that old man there? Was old East Coast. He's doing pretty fair. Oh, that's how. Waltz Matilda. I was waltzing with Matilda. I think that's what it is. Old Fender. Hey, old Fender. How you doing today, old Fender? Lend me your reeds. Lend me your keys and your reeds and your keys. 'Cause I will blow on you and make you a song. Okay, guys. This is a short one. Smile in the world. We'll smile with you.